I'm sorry I didn't show you how the CI looks like. It looks like this. It's a photo here. It's embossed. And it takes you for 6 months. Includes the name, everything. An officer, when he gives it to you, must stamp on the photo. Please always note that, because if the photo is not stamped on, we think it is forged. The photo must be stamped on. Then they stamp behind again. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, can we give her a stronger applause? Clap like you're ready for lunch. Aha. Now, she spoke like a real enforcement personnel. She didn't say, if we get you. She said, when we get you. Meaning there is an assurance that if you falter or you go astray, you will be got and put back in line. At this juncture, I would like to invite Tarsis. He just has a small announcement. If you see this man coming, you should clap. He usually comes with good news. Yes. So he has in 1 minute, and then we'll go into the Q&A.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. For those who don't know me, I'm called Tarsis Tujasingra, Uganda Embassy, here in Burundi. One, I want again to welcome you here for this convention, and also to thank you for turning up in big numbers. And our facilitators from Uganda and also in Burundi, thank you very much for coming. Two, I want to introduce to you the team from the embassy, because you have heard from all the presenters that most of the things you needed to come to the embassy and get them from there, like letters, recommendations, certificate of identity, and any other document. So the ambassador, you already know him, he gave his remarks. I would like to introduce Anna Babinaga, the Minister Counselor at the embassy. Can stand up for recognition. That is Miss Anna Babinaga. When you meet her in Burundi or in a town, or you come to the embassy, you need something, she can attend it to you. Next is Miss Anita Athaire. Anita Athaire, where are you? I think most of you have interacted with her at some, in some meetings, in some related work. I think she's out arranging lunch. You know, we are almost going out for lunch. Yeah, but most of you know her. Then Miss Fiona Sembogo. She's there at the back. She's there at the back. Please interact with them. Even during here, please interact with these officials. Oscar Mlindwa. Yeah, he's also there at the back. When you get them, in case you need any clarification on some of the related matters people have discussed here, please don't hesitate to contact us. Those are the ones who are here today. Others are not around because they traveled back home. Then two, Madam Anna, cannot take your seat. Take your seat. Then two, I want to emphasize on Uganda Matters. The MC has announced on Uganda Matters. Uganda Matters last year, we had it at Dominican Church, Kinanira. And this year, we are going to have same celebration and commemoration of Uganda Matters. You know, martyrs in the world are only in Uganda who died for the faith. And every year, 3rd June, we commemorate the Uganda Martyrs. But for us here in Burundi, we are going to commemorate Uganda Martyrs on 6th July at Dominican Church in Kinanira. This Uganda Martyrs is to bring all of us Ugandans together. It is not for the Catholics, it is not for the Protestants, it is not for the Muslims. But the Uganda Martyrs are for Ugandans. All of us, please, on 6th July, turn up and we commemorate and celebrate the Uganda Martyrs. It is one way of being together and interact, network. Two, it is again one way of coming to how to enjoy and have fun. And on that day, as Ugandans living in Burundi, apart from the celebrations of Mass and prayers, we shall also be giving thanks to the Lord. Thanksgiving. For any reason as an individual, because God has protected us to live outside our homes and outside Uganda. So we shall also be thanking God for what he has done for us. So please come and thank God for what you think he has done for you. So Mr. Franco and his team, they are organizing that, and we are also organizing together to make sure that day becomes colorful. We shall start prayers at 10 a.m. in the morning. Then after prayers, we shall have lunch. Then after lunch, we shall have dances and eats. Please don't miss this important event. The way you have come today, please, even on 6th July, come and even multiply. Invite also the Burundians to come and celebrate with us. It is for all of us, please. Don't leave it to Catholics or Protestants or Muslims, but it is all of us Ugandans living in Burundi. Thank you very much.
I told you when you see Mr. Tassis, you know he has come with good news. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you that you will not hear any other presentation today. So clap for yourselves for being that patient.
Very good listeners.
You have listened very patiently and keenly. I am very, very humbled. Now, I know that from all the presentations that were made, you noted down, and for all the questions you have, now is the time. So I'll ask Geoff, and maybe I can ask
Alan,
Fiona
or Alan, if Alan is available.
or Alan to assist us with this extra mic. So what we shall do, they will ask questions, and we shall note them down. You just address your question to whoever you see here, you feel you need to answer that question. Then I think they'll note them down, and after we'll take off 10 minutes should be enough to answer these questions, and then we will go for our lunch.
Mr. MC, can I be given the privilege to ask the first question since I'm holding the microphone?
I'm a bit constrained since I've been working with him. I don't know if we don't call that conflict of interest. But sure, please, just make it one. When you get the mic, please use at most 1 minute. And if they have asked a question that you wanted to ask, please don't repeat the question, because it has been right? Very
right.
good.
Okay. How many of you are married to Burundians? Put up your hand. If you're married a Burundian, or the other way around, or a Burundian married you. Okay. So this is a question to probably from the Ministry of Immigration of Burundi. What would it take? I heard from your speech, and probably I alluded on it before. For us, why would it not be possible to have dual citizenship for our wives that are Burundians or our husbands that are Burundians to be able to be Burundians, or vice versa? Probably also to the Ugandan side. Can our Burundian counterparts become Ugandan citizens by virtue of marriage? Thank you.
Okay. I think that question goes both to the team from Burundi and our team from Uganda. You might need to explain your position from either side. All right. So I'll ask Geoff
To move around?
to move around with the microphone, and all the other. Just raise your hand. Okay? Raise your hand. We shall take 5 questions for the start. Then we shall pick the other 5.
I saw Hajat putting up her hand, and then I saw her.
Geoff, just make sure you are sensitive to gender as well.
Ladies first. Hajat, she put up her hand first, and then her.
And make sure you take care of the whole room.
You, and then you. And then who? Oh, there are 2 Hajats. Let me hope this Hajat is representing all the Hajats. Amanya, Nyabo, Yegwali na microphone. Tell us the language you want to use, and we can interpret if they need to.
Mujebaleko basebo.
Kali nawe.
Kale. Nze amanya gange bampita Namudu Suraj. nafumbirwa omusajja Murundi. Yeah. Waliwo ekirala kye njogera.
Olina specific ekibuuzo kyagala obabuuza kiri specific?
Ekibuuzo just mbadde njagala kubuuza nkozesa nationality ya Burundian.
Yes.
Kati nsobola kukozesa n'eye Uganda?
Okay. So
Okay.
bawo ye Murundi.
Murundi.
Yegwe muna Uganda.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You've
think
had
her
that.
question also has to do with dual citizenship.
Dual citizenship.
Yes.
Okay.
Next.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I think there's this lady over here. And then you go to Francis. And then you.
Thank you very much. My name is Molly Munduru. I come from the USA of Uganda. I have a concern. At the entry, at the border, Kowero to be specific. And my question or challenge goes to the Burundian immigration person. We have faced a challenge in that when you're coming in, even if your passport has no fault, it is very correct and you have visa. I'm talking out of experience. I just traveled in March. My visa is up to July. I didn't have any fault with my passport. But when we reached at the border, the Tanzanian side, I was cleared. But when it came to the Burundian side, my passport was put down. I was asked to come into the cage. And it didn't only happen to me, but many others. When you don't have money in your passport is not stamped. I would like to know from you whether it is legal for the passport to be stamped with money. Without money, your passport is not stamped.
You said, just so we are clear, you have said that if the passport has no money inside, then it's not stamped. Okay. I think the colleagues from immigration have had that. Next.
Francis.
Yes.
Thank you, MC. I have two questions. One for visa immigration Burundi and NIRA Uganda. So for Burundi, I will ask our colleague there who presented about Burundi immigration. Now, what I wanted to know, or the people of Uganda to know, we do pay for visa 2 years. Instead $500, which is okay. We agree with it. Now, since we are renewing, can we pay in BIF? Because we know the issue of USD in Burundi. Can we renew using BIF? Number two, he stated very well that after 6 months you can renew your visa. Then after 6 months you renew your visa. Now that one paying the establishment visa of 2 years, what is the privilege? What is the privilege of paying? Is there any benefit? The third one, we have been, all the Ugandans know very well, when you are carrying, when you have all those documents and you enter Burundi, you move with a passport as identification ID. But now, moving with the passport, wherever you go, it is a risk. If it gets lost, there's a lot of challenges. Can Burundi issue a foreign ID so that we are safe moving with only ID and we leave passports at home? When I go back to NIRA, they have phased out our certificate of identification. The Yad Madam was talking about it right now. They have phased it out. At the border, you cannot enter with a temporary document. Is there a plan of having a booklet for a year? Because we have challenges. Driver may get a job to come to Burundi, or we may have a mechanic come and work on my car in Burundi, and getting a passport is a process. Can we get a booklet for 1 year so that
you prefer a booklet which you can use for a longer time?
For even 1 year, just
okay.
for faster.
Okay,
process.
that is very clear.
Yeah, the last one.
You have asked a lot of questions.
No, just the last one. The last one. The madam who was there from immigration said that we can use a national ID, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, but being East Africa, can't we use Burundi and Tanzania? Thank you.
He's asking, can't they also use that national ID for Burundi and Tanzania, the Ugandan national ID? Okay, let us have questions from this side as well. Yes, one there, then this side.
Minimum how many? Because he did 5. How many do you want?
No, we want 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they have asked a question that relates to you, please don't repeat it. Okay?
Thank you very much, the speaker. My name is Dennis Kafuni. I'm an investor here in Burundi, based here in Burundi. I've already married the Burundian, now I'm a Burundi, in short. My concern goes to my brother Roger for investment. I'm proud that you are helping me as well, and I appreciate the government, and I appreciate your help. But my concern is, according to the incentives you have talked about, there is an issue of land here. As you know that we have managed, we have tried by all means, the issue of land where we can allocate my factory. It has been a challenge here. I don't know how the government will handle it, because as I see, it is beyond your hands as Roger. So, as you are talking to the bosses, you need to rectify that issue. If you are calling more investors, they are coming behind me. How will you convince them that you are giving them these incentives? You can give exemption, you can give everything, but when you don't have where to put a structure for investment, for investing your company, for your setting your factory, for sure all of it will be still in hanging. So my request is, let us deal with that issue of land here. I'm saying, what I'm talking about, can we have investment park here in Burundi, so that we can go and set our factory there?
So the issue of factors of production, Mr. Ngabirano, he's saying that whereas he appreciates the help you have given him, the issue of the land where to set up the factory is really, really delaying. So he's requesting for speeding up of that, and such that you make it easy for them to make these investments quicker and faster. Okay? Yes.
Another question goes to Nira, direct.
Nira, yes.
The boss of Nira has been here.
Yes. He's hearing. He's
since
hearing.
we have married here in Burundi, can we have legal marriages? How can we acquire legal marriages?
Legalization of the marriage.
Yes, from
okay,
Uganda
yes.
side. I have a third question.
Mr. Kafundi, your time is up.
I'm sorry, but it is so sensitive, my brother. Give me 20 seconds.
Okay, starting now. 1.
It is an addition to immigration officer.
Yes.
Actually, I entered here in Burundi on 23rd December 2023. But what I found there at the border, it was so interesting. They told me, if you don't have 10K, omutwaro gumwe, that you need to go back.
That is Ogwa Uganda, Ningogwa.
Ogwa Burundi.
Ogwa Burundi, yes. Yes.
Okay,
I think the issue of maybe corruption in service delivery at the immigration points has been raised. So that one we have noted it. Let us have those people also taken care of. Please, if you're going to raise the issue of corruption, it has been raised. Okay? Maybe if you're going to raise another issue. Okay?
So all dignitaries dignified. There might not be questions per se, but requests. One, we have all agreed that we are having a lot of Ugandans having married here, and they have children. Then we had one of the presenters, particularly Mr. Ngabirano Rogers, mentioned about the languages used in this country: French, Kirundi, English, and Kiswahili. So my request is here. When these people go to get birth certificates, they are availed in French. And when they need to use them somewhere else, you're told, get a translation, go back to the mayor, and then you get a stamp to validate this translated document. Isn't there any possibility, if someone has come in and they have presented themselves as Ugandans, can't we at least have this birth certificate availed in English so that we have it done at once?
Aha.
Then, 2, being a teacher, I believe I'm paying a service to the country. How would it be if there's at least a reduction, if not put at 0, for me to pay for a visa in a country where I'm paying a service? Yes, I get that little payment as a teacher, but again, I'm putting my skills that I attained back from home, putting them to Burundi as a country, and they are benefiting even after I'm gone. Do I really have to even pay for the service that I'm providing to the country? What do you think? Can we share about it and see how best we can improve and we stay East Africans? Thank you so much.
Aha, Mr. Ngarian, I
Alan,
think that
Alan,
comes to you.
That gentleman over there raised a hand before the lady.
Her concern is for people who are offering a service, despite the fact that they're getting salary out of it, the service and the skill they are transferring stays here forever. Is it possible to make a consideration, maybe to also reduce on the tariffs they are charged or the taxes that they are charged? Yes.
Thank you. I'm Gerald Saja.
Yes, Gerald.
My question goes to Uganda Investment Authority, together with the counterpart on the other side, and the excellencies, the ambassador. You are encouraging us to invest back in our country, and we are grateful, we are proud of our country, and we want to invest. But there is one thing that we expected to hear from you, from the diplomatic relations. For example, you want us to put money where our relatives cannot use, and they invest in businesses, what you've showed us, but you are not talking about financing and the financial transfer market. You know very well that we are earning here, but if they tell you how money is transferred to Uganda, you will not believe it. We lose a lot of money when we make francs here, converting it to Uganda currency. We all know it's a big pain for us. So what option do you have for us to ensure that we have banks that can help us have our money transferred back to our country at the official rate? Thank you.
The cost of repatriating profit makes them even stop having profits. Yes.
Questions regarding corruption, I think those are going to be addressed. The lady in yellow. And then after this gentleman and there's Mzee, and then after we'll switch it up that side and all this. Can you help us, allow us go
at the back?
At the back?
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Adikin Catherine. I'm affirming the words of Molly Monderu. I have a work permit visa here. But when you travel to Uganda and come back, you again have to pay that money at the border. So I really want to know, is it correct that after paying the $500, you continuously have to pay the money at the border entering Burundi to work?
Yes, Catherine, I think
that was addressed.
That was raised. I think also probably this can also come, Ambassador, to your attention on a strategic level. You can also find a way of addressing it and see how these people's lives can be made better. Yes. Who do we have next?
My name is Mr. Muhanguzi Moses.
Yes, Moses.
And my question goes to NIRA officials. I want to ask, if I apply for renewal today and I travel tomorrow to Uganda, where will I get my ID? Do I have to travel back here or I can get it in Uganda? Thank you.
Very much.
Mr. Apeder, that is a question that comes to you. If he applies for his ID here and then travels to Uganda, where will he get the ID from? Does he have to come back here to get it? Or you can find ways of making sure it finds him? Yes, where are we? Yes.
Amanya gayenze mugerwa Jackson kati
Yes,
kimba
Jackson.
kikulu kyenjagala okumanya. Wadde Abannayuganda bwe tuba tuvaana e Burundi okudda Uganda nga batuwadde empapula z'embase wali ku boda batusumba bagana otukooneramu batuggyako sente emitwalo 2-3 oluusi baagala okutusiba oba okutuggyako ebintu byaffe tubadde tusaba mutuyambeko ku kintu ekyo
enguzi mu byentambula. Okay.
bajjawo sente zaffe nnyingi zoonoonekera wali ate nga tulina empapula eziva mu embase ezitulaga nti bazituwadde bakoonyemu buli kintu
Okay.
tusaba mutuyambeko.
I think, Colonel, that is the same issue he's raising. Yes, the issue of corruption at immigration centers.
Nze bampita Taka Susan.
Yes, Susan.
Nzaalibwa Entebbe airport. Kati ekibuuzo kyange kiri bwe kiti. Nali ndi wano ne baŋŋamba ti nonna ogenda Uganda bangeme COVID.
Ne bagamba nti ki?
Ndina okugenda ne nfuna COVID.
Okugema. Yes.
Nagenda bulungi nnyo ne bangema ne nfuna certificate ne nfuna ne ID yino.
Yes.
Naye bwe mbeera ntambula ngenda nkomawo batera nnyo okuŋŋamba sooka osasule sente ate buli kintu nkirina ne neebuuza nsasulira ki.
Okay. Eyo ensonga
ngamba kwene ya COVID kati simanyi wano mukyagema COVID ate bwe nali wano saalabako wano nga mugamba bagema COVID bagema Uganda yokka ate kati lwaki wano baŋŋamba asasulire sente ku COVID ate buli kintu nkirina. Kyo kintu kinumanya okusasula sente zange ng'ate buli kintu nkirina.
Okay.
Mbifuna wano ku boda yaffe eno esembayo eri zonna mpitayo bulungi kati mbadde nsaba mutuyambeko.
Yes, I think
ebyo bye byange.
Kale tweyanziza. I think that is an issue that has cut across for many of us. Si weewaawo buli omu mu ngeri omu oba endala yeemulugunya kuki ku nsonga y'enguzi, especially we batuuka ku boda. So ensonga ezo tuzoogeddeko wano, omukulu agenda tuddamu atubuulire bajja tunnyonnyola ku side ya Uganda kikola kitya. Even our counterparts from Burundi will explain to us. So ensonga eyo bambi abantu bagireese. So woba naawe gy'oyina ndowooza kati bakukiikiridde. Okay? Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm called Tumuramye Boaz, and my quick question goes direct to the NIRA personnel.
NIRA?
Yes.
Yes.
Some of us whose IDs are either expiring soon,
yes,
or have expired. We got the details in areas where now either that area was a county and it was given a district. So details have changed completely.
Yes.
I registered in Rwampara district, Rwampara county, Mbarara district.
Yes.
Now Rwampara is a district. So is my ID valid? Should I continue and keep the same details or I re-register? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Andrew, the changes in the locations, the changes in the designations of districts and counties, do they affect the information on the current IDs that we have? Shall we make changes? Are the IDs we are carrying valid? Yes or no? Yes, Geoffrey, where are you?
Over to Alan.
Yes, sir.
I'm called Sunday Peter Jackson.
Yes, Jackson.
I'm a Ugandan. My concern is, like last time when I drove my car to Uganda, I was heading to Gulu.
You?
Yes.
You did what?
I was heading to Gulu.
You were heading to Gulu, yes.
Then by the time when I was coming back, I was driving a number plate of Burundi, because that's where I stay, at the border checkpoint for Karuma when you are going to enter Karuma.
Yes.
Where there is where you pay tax for everything they check.
Yes, there is a URA checkpoint.
A URA checkpoint.
Yes.
They told me that I'm not supposed to drive a Burundian number plate, yet I'm holding the passport of Uganda and I'm holding the national ID. They told me there is two things they have to do.
Yes.
To pawn my car and they pay the tax because I'm not allowed. or they change my vehicle number plate into a Ugandan number plate. I told them, me, I'm living in Burundi. That's where I'm staying. Even I have the visa and I pay everything. I'm staying here in Burundi within the laws. So why do you tell me to change the number plate? Yet moreover, I had paid for 3 months in Uganda as the law says.
You had the COMESA certificate.
Everything, the car it had.
Okay.
But he said he has to change it. Why am I driving a number plate of Burundi, yet I'm a Ugandan? And I have the national ID of Uganda. It is only allowed for Burundians to enter. Is it like that? I want the correction.
All right. Your Excellency, you want to handle it now? Do you want to attack it now? Okay.
That one, I want you to come to my office. We shall finish it.
Aha. Action, immediate action. Yes, Geoff.
I'm called Aaron Msizirimiti, commonly known as Desire Tech on the platform.
Yes, Aaron.
My issue goes on to one ministry of Internal Affairs and NILA. I think they're the same person.
Yes, Internal Affairs.
I lost my documents, including national ID plus the passport in the same wallet. I went to police of Burundi. They gave me letter. I represent to the embassy. They gave me a travel document. But my concern is the NILA, because right now I don't have the NIN number. I didn't remember. I had to remember the passport number. Can you use the passport number to recover my passport again without getting the NILA? Because I need my passport for travel and to do any other businesses. Can you please use my form that lost passport number to recover my passport? Because you said here there is another issue of getting or registering for the passport. That's what I know. Because here they have told me that I should get some things from Uganda to register for a new passport. But my request, can I use that passport number, you to track it in your system from the headquarters, so that I get another passport? As I proceed to get the national ID, is it possible?
I think, Lydia, you have got that very clearly. Yes, Lydia will attend to that.
Alan?
That lady has waited for so long.
Which
after
one?
her, yes.
Okay.
After her, we shall cross over to this side.
Amanya gange nze Tahia Taufik. Kibuuzo kyange kigenda eri abanira. ID webanga ID expiring renewing eri e Uganda. Kati ne mpandikira messaging evuddeyo. Waliwo engeri gye sobola gifuna nga ndi eno e Burundi.
Can they deliver her national ID to Burundi? Yet she registered in Uganda. Andrew, can she retrieve her ID from here? Yet, though she renewed her ID from Uganda. Okay, your question has been noted. Let us cross over to him. Yes?
Alan, if you're able to get to him. Where's Alan? Okay.
My name's Odong Abner.
Yes, Mr. Odong.
And my questions, one goes to Nira. Does the new national ID still expire after 10 years like the one before?
The new one?
Yes.
Okay.
And if so, why would it expire when being a Ugandan does not expire?
Very good question. Yes, Andrew. Does this new national ID expire as well, like the old one? And most importantly, since I don't stop being a Ugandan citizen, why should my national ID expire?
Same applies to the driving permit.
Aha.
Okay, the second one goes to the Burundian authorities. I mean, there is this yellow card after the one we came with from Uganda expired. The one you acquire from here, when you cross to Tanzania, they tell you it is fake. What
I beg your pardon?
The yellow card.
The yellow card
for Burundi. It is not recognized in in Tanzania.
Is that the one for yellow fever?
Yes.
Okay.
What is wrong with it that the Burundian authority need to do about it?
Okay.
Thank you.
Colonel Jeremy, that the yellow cards, the yellow fever cards they receive. Unfortunately, Colonel is not from the Ministry of Health, but probably he can give a little light that they are getting yellow fever cards which are not authentic. When they present them to other countries, they reject them. What is the issue? Let us have two more because our time is fast spent and we are going for food. People are hungry. So we'll take, that is the first one, and then one last question.
Hello, my name is Ndiago Mandhuchire. I come from Uganda, Mbarara, Rwampara. My question goes to the immigration person from Burundi. No, from Burundi. There is this temporary visa of 6 months that they give to us. I've come in to visit my family. They have given me this temporary visa for 6 months. But when 6 months expire, when you try to go back to the PAF to request that they give you, they just add in a new 6 months temporary visa, they tell you that you have to first move out of the country and come back. Yet I'm supposed to be here with my children and my wife. Isn't that feeling like stressing us too far that we have to first go back to go back to our country and we re-enter? Thank you.
Okay. Why does someone have to go outside the country and come back again for you to give them another 6 months visa? Okay, the last one. That's all.
Last one.
There was a gentleman here.
Where?
Him.
Oh, yes.
Let's take him, and then the panel will respond, and then we shall go for lunch.
Amanya Wilson Kamwine. I'm a true Ugandan. From
Ugandan.
Ibanda district.
Yes.
Shongoro.
Yes.
Nze kibuzo change kigenda kusaidia Burundi.
Yes.
Immigration. Oba sina kindi ne Uganda kinzo kukwata since turi mu East African community. We batu wa gondi 6 months visa. Bwe gwako je bayita overstay.
Yes.
Kati bwe tubanga tudaye Uganda. Tuyino kushasura sente meka. Kubanga bwotuka ku border buri muntu akusaba zayagara $10, $7 kati tumanyi dollars tuyino kushasura sente meka.
Okay. Colonel is asking, what is the official amount of money someone is supposed to pay for renewing their visa?
After the 6 months.
After the 6 months. Everyone asks them for a different amount. I think that also the people from Uganda should also be in position to say something about that, because I'm sure there are people also who find similar challenges on their return. Overstay. Okay. Yes. So let us have them respond
to the questions.
Ambassador Chigori,
who has more questions?
Do you want to say something? I think from a strategic point of view, you could say something, and then I think most of the questions have gone to Nira, the immigration from Burundi, and our immigration, and then Roger. Yes, UIA also had one or two. Yeah. So let's have Ambassador say something, then we'll have Colonel, and then Lydia will say something, then Erina will say the last.
Thank you very much, MC. Yeah, of course, from the general point of view, one thing sounds clear, that there are serious corruption tendencies at the border points. And I'm glad that we have the senior official from immigration to help us nip this problem. And I think if we can address the border point corruption, which is really embarrassing. It is embarrassing. the country, and those officials need to be put to order, because they are the face. They are the face of the country. If they are corrupt, one gets scared as to what will happen when someone gets into the country. So I think that is one issue. The other area is the issue of transfer fees. I flagged it in my discussion that as a ministry, we are raising this matter with the relevant ministries, the Ministry of Finance, and to liaise with the operators of the digital platforms, who are the main transferers of money. And of course, we hinted on something, our banks opening branches within this country is something which we need to interest our people. For example, a bank like Centenary Bank, which is one of the largest, has one of the largest customer base. They opened in South Sudan. What if they also opened here? That would help also ease the transfer processes. So these are areas which we are exploring, and Uganda Investment Authority is here, and I think they are listening in to pursue the matter forward. Thank you.
Check 1, 2.
Okay, thank you for your questions. I try to give some answer. I see there's many questions. That is the I see that when you see the police, you may recognize that you have security or no. Because many question is about how you have not been served by our police borders. So I begin to the last questions. When the visa for 6 months is expire, how many days or how many francs we can pay? Here, you know that the visa for East Africa is visit visa. It's not establishment visa. Here, you know, when you come and you receive that visa, on border, they can give you a stamp. When you come to the immigration, we put a visa with 6 months. We notify 6 months. You can go many times out of our country, and you come without payment in that period.
6 months.
Yes. When the period is expired, you may come to extend your visa on the immigration officer, Central. There we verify if you have go out. When you have not go out, go back. We consider that you are a businessman, you want to stay here. You can apply for days which you want with payment with the tariff. I have give the tariff is the resident visa. Here, you may know that to go out in that period. When you come, we see you have go out and you come, you will not pay. But when the police verify your document and found that you have not go out, you have changed your status for that visa. Here, that is the sense for the police to ask you, give this, give this. You may obey that period. When you want to extend your visa to stay here, you come to the immigration and you apply, there is no money to pay. When you apply yourself on email, there is no payment. When you go to ask a help to someone, it's not the police, to someone. I know all of you, you come to the immigration. I think there is no member of state of East Africa who paid on immigration. That matter on the borders is the case which I will tell for our chief to give order on that officer, police, to do not that act. I think for the question about this, I give that answer. There is someone who has asked about yellow card. It's not in our ministry, but I know that I'm the police. In Burundi, there is a document which is delivered by the government. If you go to take the document away and not on the office which is legal, when you go away, they may verify. We know that there is a person who can give money, give me a card, yellow card. You may pay attention. We have one bureau which give that card yellow. Pay attention for receiving that card. Here, there's someone who has lost his document, travel. I don't know if it's passport or temporal permit travel, but the process is this. When you lose your document, you go to our judicial police to report how have you lose it. The police give you a paper which shows, you can show to your embassy that you have been stolen your document. When is the citizen from other country is not East Africa? And that man already, when he has not her embassy in Burundi, the Migration Bureau has a document which we say is soft conduit, which can help you to go back into your country to find a new document. For you, Uganda, when you lose your document, the embassy is here to give you a document which help you to go back to your home. That is the difference. The person who don't have his embassy here, the police give that document which we call soft conduit. That document for Uganda, there is no value because you have embassy here. Jackson have asked for corruption in immigration sector. Is it the same? Here there is a lady who has asked that he has a visa which he pay. I don't know, he is not the Uganda citizen. If he's a Uganda citizen, he's on status for visa long term that she can pay it. When is a visa short term is the East Africa visa. She can pay it. When he obey those I have told before. When he has statement visa, here he may she may obey the date of valid. He may come to renew his visa. When he go on the border, they check if what type of visa she has. That's I can give as answer to the citizen of Uganda who go back to Uganda or come in Burundi. When you come for the first time, there is no payment. If you go back to Uganda, after expire your visa, you can be in problem with the police migration on the border because he can verify if in Burundi you stay here legally. There is a question number 3. Border Kobero. Kobero is a border cross which many people use here. I think it is one case or 2 cases, and I don't say is all Ugandans which past day they may pay. But the question that they are obliged to put money on the document is the report we will give to our authority for to give some orientation for duty of the police on that border.
Okay. I think that deserves a round of applause.
There is another question about women who has married in Burundi. If you are married with a man of Burundi, you have right to go to the office of commune or district to validate your marriage. When your marriage is recognized by the Burundian law, you can come to the immigration, ask the document which is for Burundian. But when is the man, Ugandan man, who married our ladies, the facilities is to have the visa of long time. You can pay, but to become Burundian is the process which that person may do a requirement by letters to the minister who has that authority. I think is that way they can have nationality identity as Uganda.
Okay. So that is, I think, very clear. For a Ugandan lady who gets married to a Burundian man, you have rights that come by virtue of being married to a Burundian gentleman. And I think it becomes easy for you to get all these rights that nationals obtain. But for a Ugandan man who has married a Burundian lady whose wife is from Burundi, your processes are more steep. So you have to either get a long stay visa, or you have to go through another process where you write to the ministers in charge, and then they can decide whether to grant you the citizenship. Yeah. Clap for Colonel, he has done a good job. Okay, immigration, let's get done with immigration matters, and we come to investment and business.
Thank you, MC. I'll run a little quick.
Yes.
Just to emphasize during my presentation, the dual citizenship we're talking about only applies to indigenous Ugandans. You belong to one of our ethnic communities and you have acquired citizenship of another country. However, I also emphasized that for you to be granted dual citizenship back home, please make sure that the country whose citizenship you have acquired allows you to be a dual citizen. So you may want to acquire dual citizenship, be given your Ugandan citizenship again, but when it takes off some rights from the citizenship you have acquired. So please, let's look through that. Dual will not cater for the marrieds. We have citizenship due to marriage, but you must have lived in Uganda, legally married there. Of course, you have proof of marriage in the country, at least living in the country for 5 years. So the ones who are asking for citizenship due to marriage, I hope that answers you. Dual citizenship, the one we've stated here, is for indigenous Ugandans. To answer the question of the lost passport, the requirements for replacing a lost passport online, first of all, we require you to get a police report. If your passport got lost in Burundi, of course we expect your police report to come from Burundi. You are required to have an affidavit as well. You are required to apply online for your passport. Give us a copy of your passport, a national ID if you have one. And because you're not in the country, we expect the embassy to give you a letter. So, however, a challenge comes in when someone wants to renew their passport and even the embassy officials are not aware that your passport got lost. Because, my dear Ugandans, they are your only backup. They're the ones that will say yes. If anything goes wrong and they said you lied that your passport got lost, we shall also say, but the embassy confirmed. Because I know they will do their verification. If it is inevitable that you feel that process is long, please get a one-way document and come back home. However, before you come, if it is a quick, make sure you have your documents ready. We have a diaspora desk back home that will process your passport very fast and you return back to the country. Will I remain with the same passport number? No. I must emphasize that each passport has a unique number, so you will not get the previous number you have had. If you lost your national ID, since it's one of the mandatory requirements to get a passport, please get a letter of confirmation from NIRA. We shall use that letter to renew your passport, even when you don't have the ID yet. As long as you come with that letter and all the other documents, we shall be able to renew your passport.
Okay, so I think that answers your question.
Maybe finally, we have had challenges, like I earlier said, of renewing passports of people, and we end up saying, let the applicant appear. This usually comes in scenarios where you're not giving us the correct information. information is unfilled, we don't know who your mother is, the person you've sent is not your relative, we can't even interview them on your behalf. However, if you put all those scenarios together and ensure that you have everything, you will be helped. Case by case scenario. I hope that answers you.
No, we are going to, they have a desk at the back. It might be hard for you to get the answers you get now, you want now. They'll have a desk at the back. Feel free, as we are leaving, just feel free to meet her there. But I think she has tried her best. You might have a specific concern that is specific to you. Yes, I think we can now handle investment.
Check 1, 2. You can use this one. Sorry.
Thank you. I think I have two persons who addressed the questions or requests for ADB as an institution, and as I'm representing here the institution, let's try to give some responses or answer. The first is Mr. Kafuni requesting investors park. Our job is just to listen, to hear your concerns as investors. And regarding investors park, I think there is special economic zone where there will be lands, electric power, roads, and other conditions that make easy business, especially factories. And those special economic zone, the Burundi government is identifying places to install those kind of places. And you know, Burundi is not like other countries. You know, we have a great number in terms of population. I think we are the second most populated countries in Africa. So to get lands is not easy, but we are here as government, we are here as ADB to try to facilitate investment matters, like to find some lands for our investors. Otherwise, regarding your case, dear Kafuni, we are making as more effort as possible to solve your problem, and it will be solved. There is a lady who is submitting matter regarding languages. You know, madam, we are moving towards ERC obligation regarding languages matter, you know. And regarding this case, it is step by step. In EAC, we have English, Swahili, and French as the official languages. For example, at ADB, Burundi Development Agency, we accept official documents in those 3 languages. Plus, for sure, our native language, Kirundi. I'm sure other institutions will reach this purpose or target too, to accept documents in English or Swahili. And I can assure you, as Burundi, we are moving fast. We are moving fast because I'm sure in other countries in ASC, you cannot do great things with French documents, either in Tanzania, Kenya, South Sudan, or in Uganda. So let's do things step by step, but the purpose is to use all those languages in our country and fully. I don't know if I've satisfied.
Yeah, she also asked about the tax reduction for people who are offering services and transferring skills back from home to Uganda, to Burundi, sorry.
Especially the $500 that is paid for a work permit. So she's a teacher. She was saying, arikarigisha Barundi. None kubiri kare amahera menshi cyane kandi karafasha igihugu.
For what?
The work permit is $500.
Work permit?
Yes. Work visa, $500.
Work
yes.
visa.
Yes.
I cannot respond to this question because for incentives we give, it is for when you have an eligibility certificate for those advantage. You have to submit there are conditions. You have to submit your business plan at ADB, and we have to analyze. And when your investment projects match with the obligations of the investment code, so we give you a certificate of eligibility of those incentives, and then you can benefit this. Without this, you cannot get.
Okay, I think it's more of a policy matter that probably His Excellency can pick up as well and have it discussed at a strategic level, such that when they are in the policy, as they are restructuring the incentives, they can also include for people who are transferring skills and services to the people of Burundi, because those skills, once transferred, they can't be retrieved or taken back. Yes. Okay, UIA.
All right, thank you very much. There was really no direct question to UIA, but when we were just starting, the president of the diaspora community in Burundi raised some pertinent issues, challenges that they face. And maybe from the challenges that he raised, I would propose that the next time we hold another event like this, we would need to have a representation from the ESC, because most of the challenges that are coming up here can be addressed in the policy reforms at ESC level. Yeah, so it is important to include ESC. However, to give a bit of comfort to the people of the diaspora in Burundi, I would just give like a brief snapshot of what the ESC is doing regarding making operating with the ESC easy. One of them is uniform ESC common external tariff, which is meant to reduce on the delays and boost trade across the nations. Then there is also a proposal to have tax harmonization. With tax harmonization, what are we talking about? When you look at our VAT across the East African region, there are some places that have 18, others have 16. So there is a proposal of having a uniform VAT so that all the people in the East African region can access a uniform VAT. If it's 16%, it has to be 16% across the board. Then when it comes to monetary union, I've had, we are talking about repatriation of funds and how expensive it is to change into dollars, and So there is a proposal to have a single currency. So I want to assure you that there is a lot being done to ensure that within the East African region, some of these small business challenges that you're facing are addressed. And that's why we need to have the EAC here to pick up some of these issues relating to immigration. People are paying more than they should pay. What she's talking about when it comes to skills development, let's just not only have it at the Burundi level, but also the whole East Africa. If a Ugandan is working in Kenya, there is no reason why she should be paying a certain tax to the Kenyan government. So this has a lot to do with the EAC. And I hope next time we can have EAC on board to pick up some of these challenges that the diaspora is facing.
Okay, I think that is a brilliant, very brilliant recommendation. At this juncture, can we give them a round of applause? They have done well. Yes, so I would like to now invite Ambassador to give an overview in regard to the questions that have been asked, those that you feel you can attend to and give the comfort, and then officially close this part, this first part of